still not subscribed to the partition, you know, it's a lot of ways that you can do this besides watching all the content. But before we start, always remember, go to the channels link. Every show that we have, you can always see every show before everybody else see the show. But besides that, always remember, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, put it on all. Until then, always remember, anything is possible. Thank you for choosing the partition. Now let's get into the show. Anything is possible. Peace.
Stand up, they looking at me like, I know you're not waiting. Did I say it right? Yes, you did. Yeah, I know my Sir Charles. So not every 5 or 10 minutes,
My son got me this with my dad, so I can always have him with me whenever I do the show.
Take 2.
Hold on, wait. I don't want to laugh. Welcome back to Choppin It Up with Lil Ron. Today in the studio, we have a very, very special guest. This guest basically is probably one of my favorite singers, man. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I want you guys to welcome the one and only Mr. Ronnie Spencer. How you doing, Mr. Spencer?
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Hey, your introduction is a lot of people don't need to know because I know who you are, and a lot of people may not know who you are and still kind of blind to the fact you play a major, key, important role in the hip-hop community and especially in the H-Town scene, man. If you can, like I do everybody come on the show, kind of introduce yourself to who you are, and then we're going to go from there.
That's right. I'm the legendary Ronnie Spencer, and I am from H-Town, and I'm here at the radio station, and I'm happy to be here.
And you know, Mr. Spencer, I have a lot of questions I want to ask. First thing I want to say is this. I am very honored to have you on my show. I have so many people that come through here that come on my show and love what I do and love how I actually do it. One thing I do want to ask, and this is me. When I first heard you, I actually heard the UGK album that came out, which was the actual Riding Dirty.
Right.
When I actually first heard One Day You Here, the Next Day You Gone, honestly, to God truth, I thought you was Ron Isley. I am not lying. I'm like, I said, yeah, man, this song with Ron Isley on the hook and this and that. And I didn't find out until the late 2000s. It was not Ron Isley. I always, throughout the years from when that came out, because I'm 41, so I'm back in that era. So I didn't find out till later. And they said, no, man, that's Ronnie Spencer. I'm like, who? Who is that? And then I started hearing other songs. And I say, man, this man actually really sounds exactly just like Ron Isley to me, man. Do you ever have people that actually talk to you and be like, hey, man, you sound like Ron Isley, and you have to tell them, no, I do not. I sound like myself.
I get it every day.
Gotcha.
Still, we did that song on the Riding Dirty album, me, Pimp C, Bumby, and 3-2, in 96.
Wow.
And right today, this song, people still think I'm Ron Isley.
I'm going to tell you something else to show you I pay attention. I saw a video of you talking, and I have to give you so much respect to bring 3-2 Mama on the stage. You talked about how, and I never knew this, that you never got paid for that song. I watched that when you talked about that, and also talked about 3-2. It was supposed to have been his song. Unfortunately, he ended up letting them take it.
Yeah, it was 3-2 actually wrote the song, but Pimp and 3-2 was so cool. Mm-hmm. And Pimp, 3-2 just like, you know what, Pimp, you can have that song, I'm on the song with you with Bond, and that's how it happened. Of course, Bond wrote his part. He's a poet. He wrote his part. Genius.
Yes.
Pimp wrote his part, but putting the song together for us coming up with the concept of one day you here and one day you gone.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2-part, far as that concept.
Mm-hmm.
Pimp heard me on a So Real song and an Al D song.
I remember that.
And he asked me, hey, man, Screw, I need to get in touch with that guy that sound like Ron Isley. He said, that's my goddad, man. I can get in touch with him. He said, well, get in touch with him. I'm coming. I want to come. As soon as you get in touch, I'm on my way. So Screw called me and said, man, Pimp C wants you on the song. I said, okay. He said, can you get over here today? I said, yeah, I'll get over there. When I got over there, they played a song by the Isley Brothers. A lot of people don't know this. It's on the Live It Up album.
Wow.
And the name of the song is really Ain't I Been Good to You by the Isley Brothers. And then when they played, I said, yeah, I know that song. I listen to the Isley Brothers all the time. So he said, well, can you do something, to it? I said, sure. So I said, we'll do it, but we'll do it in a way where, everything will be cool. But you got to get in touch with Ron and them, so everything will be, straight on the song. So he said, don't worry about it. I get all that part. At the time, they was with Jive Records.
That's right.
And, they played the song. I said my part, it just come to me, and I said it. And he said, man, that's what I want you to do on the soundtrack. I said, okay, cool. So they took a break and stuff like that. And we was at Skip Holman's studio. So I went to Skip, said, go on in the booth and go on warm up, man, and see what you know. So I went in there. So Skip looked at me and said, I think it's a take. I'm going to keep it. And when they come back from lunch, we'll let them hear it. He played it, and they all jumped up and said, that's it. So he said, well, Pimp said, can you critique it? I said, yeah. So I went in there and did the rest of it. Next thing I know, it was on the radio.
And when I heard that song, and to this day, that's like one of my favorite UGK songs, man. I can play that over and over again. That song will never, that's a timeless actually hit. And a lot of people listening to you talk and stand up there with 3-2 Mama and explain to people how you never got paid for the actual song. I look, and a lot of our people today that do music, they don't understand how important it is to get royalties on certain things. They just think, I just jump in there, I just do it, man, I'm good. It's a whole different ball game. And to you to hold your head up high and you still, because I heard you say sometimes you perform the song for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 or more at funerals. That show you I watch and I pay attention. So when I'm watching, I'm looking, I'm like, oh, wow, this man still smile, hold his head up. When I met you and when you said who you were, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, this is the man from the song. He actually talking to you. Like, you actually talking to this man. You get this man number.
And I tell people, I ain't no different than the average person. You're a man, I'm a man, we human. It's no sense to act high-side or like you're on another planet. Hey, this is the world. This is life. I'm a human being, and I'm going to stay that way, and I'm going to stay humble and stay respectful and pay my dues to, people that I feel that I need to pay them to.
Yes, sir.
But any fan or any person, as a man or woman, come up to me, and they ask me my name or autograph or whatever, I'm going to give it to them. There's no reason I shouldn't. Why should I be like, no, I ain't going to do this? No, that's not cool. I don't think that's cool, and I don't think that's respectful.
Yes, sir.
I was raised to be respectful, humble, and, just be a God bless dude. So on the issue when I was explaining to them that I didn't get paid, I'm talking about publishing.
That's right.
Anything I did with Bun B, I got paid for. Anything I did with Pimp paid me. But far as the publishing company, my rights of a song that I did, what I sung, what I wrote,
yes, sir.
I haven't got paid for that.
And that's sad. These labels they do that to people and try to discourage them and mess them up. But it don't matter. You always gonna be a legend. You always gonna get the last laugh. Now the next thing I do want to ask you that's important to me and to a lot of people that want to know this. Now, after you done, because there's some other songs you've been on that people don't know that you actually been on too. That's not the only song they actually.
A ton of them.
Yes, I had the guy Brady Bob. I had him in the studio. We actually talked about you on the actual episode because Brady Bob, he sings, he do comedian stuff, he does it all. After you did that song, What was the next like major song that you actually did after that one?
Well, before UGK, I always tell people this because this young man that I'm going to explain something to you,
Okay.
he deserves a lot of credit, and he don't get a lot of credit.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
Yes, sir.
And he go by the name of Al D.
I know who that is.
If it wasn't for Al D, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
And I still listen to that So Real song. And people don't know it's 2 versions on that CD. I listen to both of them, and it has like a Isley brother.
Yeah.
I listen
Well,
to
the name of that song is an Isley Brother tune.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of that song is Fall in Love. They did it on a double album, their first double live album. Mm-hmm. And the name of that song is Fall in Love. And I actually did that song on the DMD project.
That's right.
And once again, Screw called me for that and said, DMD wants you to sing a song. Mm-hmm. He said, I know today is your birthday, so I did that song actually on my birthday, which is March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
Wow.
So I go to Skip Holman once again. He's there, and he's like, man, I need you on this song. I said, all right. I said, what is it? He said, I just need you to say So Real. I don't care how you say it. I said, okay, cool. So when they played the song, I said, well, that's the Isley Brothers song. He said, yeah, I know, and I know your voice will fit it because I heard you on one day. I said, okay, cool. So I ended up doing that song, and it blowed him up.
Yep.
And once again, that song went platinum, and it took off from there.
And a lot of people don't know that DJ DMD and Pimp C and UGK, they actually knew each other. See,
They was from the same hood,
place.
Port Arthur. They was from the same place. So it's like they did music together a lot before one day even occurred. That's when Pocket Full of Stones was out blowing up.
That's right.
Which is a fabulous group to me. UGK is, like they say, the kings of underground. You'll never change it. Never be a group like it.
That's right.
They phenomenal, and I really liked them. Working with Pimp and Bond, Bird and Mitch and all of those guys, the whole compound over there was amazing.
And you know, I tell a lot of people that when they did the versus battle with the UGK and the 8-Ball, I liked it, but I really wish they would have done that in Houston. I think that should have been actually done in Houston because I think we all would have embraced that and appreciate that a little bit more. I would have loved to have seen you walk out on that stage doing One Day with Bond. I would have that would have just blew
At the
my
rodeo?
mind. No, at the versus battle they had.
Oh yeah.
When
I didn't get a phone call for that. So usually when I don't get a phone call, I just leave it up to the Lord. Maybe it wasn't meant for me, but if they'd have called me, I'd have been there, I'd have did it. It would have been no problem. But I didn't get a phone call for that, so I didn't know who put it together. Mm-hmm. And that's just what it is. A lot of people say, well, you don't look on the social media. I'm really not a social media guy. I don't be on social media a lot. My daughter, my nephews, and nieces, they handle all of that stuff for me and my manager, but I don't really too much deal on the phone. To me, it's just, I'm old school, so I guess I got to get out of that, but my manager's telling me, you got to get out of that. You got to do something. You got to say, man, I'm going to pay somebody to do that.
Have you ever thought about actually doing any acting in any type of movies?
I played in Dirty Third 1, Dirty Third Part 2. I played in Mamas with Strilla, Grade A Media Production. He did a lot of filming on me. D-Rec Dixon, the owner of Rec Shop Records, did a lot of filming with me. So
he got an award at the thing. D-Rec, he got an award at the for the H magazine.
Oh, he got an award. I probably missed it, but I know.
Yes, sir. Yeah. He actually ended up getting one as well. I'm thinking about remaking another version of Sparkle. But instead of doing it with women, I'm thinking about doing it with guys. That's why I asked you that particular question, because I'm thinking about, because I'm in the film industry now, so I'm thinking about redoing Sparkle, but doing it with the actual guys and see how that actually turn out and have like a group of guys in a group. It's going to be real nice the way I'm going to have it concept and I'm going to put it together. It's going to be really, really, really nice.
Count me in. I'm out.
Hey, I'm on. You probably like to, I want you to be pretty much the headliner of that, because that's going to be like nice. We have our own little Houston spin we actually have to it. And I think he would play a good character role in that actual film. Now, I wanted to actually ask you, at doing the music and stuff, do you get tired? You know, some people get tired of like doing music.
Not really. Music, I love sound.
Okay.
So I have a good studio at home, and sometimes I don't record. I play drums, I play keyboards, I play, pretty much all the instruments. I mess around with them. I DJ for 14 years, so I like sound, and I don't never get bored with sound. Sound relaxes me. It takes me in a whole nother dimension. I'm in a whole nother world when I sit down and play some nice keys on the keyboard, or I just sit back and just listen to some old greats.
Yes.
And it just makes me get more sophisticated with my craft of music. It brings, believe it or not, if you sit down and just listen to jazz,
I like jazz.
it can open a world for you, especially if you're single. Because I listen to the sax, and the sax can really just tell you what notes to hit, what notes you're trying to hit.
For real?
That type of stuff. Yeah,
Like-
jazz is.
I mess with my guys all the time, man. They be messing with me. I tell them I know how to play saxophone, man. I'm not gonna tell you I'm like super good like Kenny G or nothing like that. But I play the saxophone from time to time, man. I wanted to actually have a saxophone theme to my actual show at first,
That would
but we
be
couldn't
nice.
actually get it together like we actually need to actually have it. But you said something that caught my attention. I never knew that you DJ'd. I never knew that.
I DJ'd 14 years for Alameda Skating Ring.
I remember that.
And I was the DJ there. And when I got tired of doing that, I turned it over to Screw. And when I turned it over to Screw, he DJ'd there. And it just opened up a whole new ball game.
See, I never knew that.
It's like the man had gold hens. Everything he touched turned to gold and platinum.
Yes, sir.
So I got to give it to Robert Earl Davis, a.k.a. Screw. The same with Pimp C. Anything them guys touch in my era turned to gold.
And, do you have any rare DJ Screw stories? People always have like a certain, because I'm supposed to be working on having youngsters come into the studio. You're probably one of the first one within that party that actually came and interviewed with me. You have any like rare DJ Screw story that nobody pretty much never heard before?
I got some Screw stuff nobody never heard before. I have some Screw tapes that's mixed, never will slow down. Because me and Screw on Sundays, we would get together, and that's what we would do. We'll go to Goodwill, thrift stores, garage sales, and we would buy albums. We would get all the albums, and that Sunday I built a studio, so that Sunday was pretty much us making sure all the stuff is working for all the rappers when they come in.
Gotcha.
So Sunday was pretty much our day off. And that's when me and him would sit down and just, say, hey, man, I think we need to go, get some wires. This mic might not be working right. Or I want some more studio monitors. Or I want a different look in here for this next series of tapes I'm putting out. People don't know when he started doing tapes. I taught him how to DJ.
Wow.
Play turntables, but I didn't teach him how to slow down music.
Gotcha.
I brought R&B into the hip hop with him to make him play hip hop and blend R&B in. So the blending thing is what I was good at.
Wow.
That's when I DJ'd so long at the skating ring, because skating ring music is a groove. You wanna like you driving your car, you wanna groove with your girl or whatever you wanna do.
That's correct.
And when he heard me do that at the skating ring, he said, "Man, what you think it would sound like if I took R&B and mixed it with hip hop?" I said, "I think that'd be a dangerous thing. I think that'd be real, real nice." He said, "I'm going to try it." And he did. He tried it. He called me. And he said, "Man, you got to get over here and listen to this." And I went over there, man. He screwed up some old school R&B with some hip hop, and it was dangerous. So
Wow.
it gave the tape and the sound a different effect.
Yes, sir.
Far as the bass, far as listening to the rapper's words. If you rap fast, when Screw got you and slowed you down, you can actually hear what you're saying, what the rapper said. And that's what made the big impact. The bass, and you can hear the rappers.
That's correct.
Back then, hip hop was just really just a beat and just beatbox or whatever, and you rap.
That's
and
correct.
then once it got off into mixing and people started doing beats and engineers started coming in with the game, the whole game changed.
You're right.
And that's when they used to be like, "Man, hey, man, ain't nobody listening to 97.9 The Box no more."
That's correct. You're sure right.
Because everybody was listening to Screw, because now you can hear
That's right.
the artist. And that's back in the days with KRLX-One and Grandmaster Flash and Houdini, all of those cats.
Yes.
You feel me? Eric B. and Rakim, all of those cats. You feel me? And they was actually really hip-hop battle rap rappers.
Sure right.
You see
Cool
what I'm
Mo
saying?
D.
Right, Cool Mo D and all these cats. You know what I'm saying? They would, they was the guys back then. I tell everybody, I give it to New York, California. Those guys, Ice Cube and Ice T and all those guys, Mac 10 and Too Short. They was the greatest.
Yes, I told somebody the other.
Tupac, Biggie Smalls, all those cats, they was the greatest.
I tell them all the time. I say, man, rap. They say it started in New York, and when I think of gangster rap, we all know it come from out there on the West Coast.
West Coast.
But I said, when you come down south, you finna get all the meat and gravy.
It's a whole nother flavor.
Yes.
Now, and that's what I love about our city, H-Town, is we had our own style, our own flavor. And people used to look at us and think we was crazy down here.
That's right.
But they mimicked us.
Take our swingers.
They took our swingers. They took our
Candy
sound.
paint.
They took all of that, and they ran with it, which I don't quite blame them because it's a new thing. It's a new trend for them now.
That's correct.
But I just want the world to know the trend is still here.
That's correct.
The culture is still here in H-Town. This is where it started from. This is where it's going to stay pretty much. Because these guys is not giving up. I mean, I look at the Kikis, the Pokies, the ESGs, all of these cats, the Zeros, or the Flips, all these cats, they are still in their lane. They are not changing. They still jamming. They still rapping. And they getting better. They're not getting worse.
Right.
It's better. The cause, the culture, all of that is getting better now. Because now you would never thought you would see a school bus going down the street on swingers.
You ain't lying.
A hearse going down the street on swingers.
I said it. I even seen. I told somebody the other day. I ride the Can-Am Riker with the 2 wheels in the front, 2 in the back, and I just made a joke and said I wouldn't be surprised if they would come out with some swingers that go on these motorcycles. It's probably a matter of time.
They have.
Wow.
I've seen an 18-wheeler with them.
18-wheeler with swingers on there?
I've seen an 18-wheeler, school bus, a hearse. I mean, you name it. Any foreign car.
I've seen a lot of
old
foreigns.
schools, and these cats are. If you just go to the paint and body shops out here, like 3 Triple Customs, and you just go to the body shops out here, you're not going to see nothing in that body shop, but you're going to see some old school cars getting put together with swingers and candy paint.
One of my favorite cars that I actually had, I had a 1984 Cutlass Supreme Brougham. That was like my favorite car.
Brougham, man, I ain't seen one of them in a minute. That's gangster.
That's one of the first. I really wanted. I told my dad I really wanted a Buick Regal, and my daddy was like, "If you get a Buick Regal, you trying to put switches on it?" I said, "No, Daddy, I want a Buick." So I couldn't because this guy had a blue Regal at the school. I was like, "Man, I want one just like that." My dad said, "I'm gonna get you something, and what I'm gonna get you is gonna be better than that. You watch, man." When I got that Cutlass, that Brougham with the stick shift in the floor, with the sunroof, one of the very first songs that I actually had, I played in that car was Diamond in the Back.
Sunroof top, begin to sing with the gangster lean. Ooh, ooh.
Yes, that was like one of my.
I actually did that song over.
Oh, for real? Wow.
It's off the chains.
I'm gonna have to. It's on iTunes.
I ain't put it out yet.
You ain't put it out yet?
But I did do a version with Rec Shop, and they put it out.
Oh wow.
It's William Devine is the artist that actually really sing that song.
A lot of people don't know that.
They don't know that.
I ended up finding it out. I actually watched the movie Bones with Snoop Dogg. Mm-hmm. And on one of the scenes, the song plays low in the background. And when I heard it, I was like, hold on, man. I got to figure out this song. I went to every store. Nobody couldn't tell me who that artist was.
William Devine.
It was a guy in the store, a little white guy, older white guy. He said, I know who sang this. He says 2 different versions to it. He said, let me show you. And I end up going to a Barnes & Nobles. He pulled this thing up, and it was a soundtrack to a movie that I would have never thought of in a million years that actually had that song on there. He said, this is the song. I said, no, that's not the man. He said, that is the man. And the person name you said, and when I get my friends with me in the car, I said, if you can tell me who sang this song, I'll give you $5,000. You can tell me who sang it. And I guarantee they never, you're the first person that sit here and told me who that artist was.
I wish I could have been them and got the 5 racks, man.
I tell myself, man, you can't tell me. I tell them about different samples on different songs. We'll be in the car. I give my buddies, I say, hey, man, tell me who sampled this song right here, and I play the original, and they'll be like, oh, okay, I know who sampled this. I said, who sampled it? Like, I don't know. I got one of my guys with Pee Wee Herman. I played the song. I said, you tell me who sampled that. I got 1,000 for you right now. They trying to think. I said, Tupac, man, my ambition's overrider. They sampled the Pee Wee. Man, no. I go back and I play it. I pull it up and say, look, that's who sampled it. I went to How Do You Want It? I said, tell me who he sampled it from. They like, man, I don't know. Quincy Jones, man, Body Heat. It's right there. They be like, wow. But we come to the segment, which we call Leon's Top 5. Leon is a cousin of mine that got killed in an 18-wheeler. And always make sure I dedicate this segment to him because he was a real big fan of my shows. What would be Mr. Ronnie Spencer's top 5 artists that he listened to? It can be rap, R&B, gospel, blues, jazz, whoever you like. Who is the top 5?
Oh, man. Well, you already know one of the 5 is Ronnie Isley. That's one. Man. The rest is, man, I'm so old school, so it's.
I mean, I like to hear everybody artists. And Ron Isley is one.
Pimp C.
Okay.
Zero.
All right.
K Reno.
All right.
And the other one has got to be Al Green.
Man, I was just, when I saw your head, I hate to say it, I was just finna say, I'm like, man, I want to tell him, man, he's sitting there with that Al Green vibe, man. Take me to the river. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at him like I said, man, I'm like, he got the Al Green vibe right now.
I did a lot of Al Green feels on my album. One of the songs that I did with Rex Shop was Ball Caps and Tennis Shoes, and I did it on Al Green style.
Wow.
It blowed up. It was pretty nice. So Al had a very good texture, you know. Those cats, Al, Marvin Gaye, Curtis Mayfield, I do a lot of his kind of feels.
you're pushing me.
Yeah, I just Legend Man is on one of the is a song that I did is out that I perform, and it's on Pusher Man song is on that feel.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty much, you know, those cats I study, you know, and I have to study them before I can even get in their range because it's a breath technique that these guys use. A lot of people, you know, they don't understand it, but the best artist to me that really just learned me a lot of stuff was Michael Jackson.
I'm a die hard Michael Jackson, Prince fans. I tell people, I was like, man, I love Michael Jackson. I tell people, I said, man, people, they paid attention to Mike, but some people really didn't pay attention to Mike.
A lot of people didn't pay attention to him, but that man there I still learn stuff today, and I still look at videos and concert footage. I never missed a concert of him if it came to Houston. The footage, you got to really understand and listen to where that young man go with music. He was born in music. He was, you know, ethereal music. So it's like his writing credibility and his singing and putting his stuff together is amazing. Because if you look at the artists today, a lot of them is mimicking him, and it's all over social media right now. That's still correct. Today. They are mimicking him, and they're trying to dance and sing at the same time. That's hard to do.
That's right.
And stay, but see, his craft he was built that way.
That's right.
From 6 years on up.
That's right.
Feel me? And I get a lot of stuff from him as today.
Wow.
I still look at, you know, a Michael Jackson film. It could be a commercial, and I'll stop and just look at it.
I still watch
anything he do is something you can learn.
You know, I still watch the Pepsi commercial.
Right.
I still look at that. Have you ever thought about, Mr. Spencer, actually having your own documentary on your life and everything that you did?
I'm trying to put it together now. I need some help.
Hey, guess what? You in luck. If you do decide, you let me know. I will be honored to help you, me and my team, to help you put that together so we can help you put that out with no problem.
Well, that's the man.
I'm gonna make sure I get with the manager and let him know, like, hey,
I'm
look,
ready
man.
to do it.
Yeah, because
I have a lot of film that I haven't put out. I have a lot of footage that I haven't put out. I have a lot of concerts that's with live bands that I've did I never put out.
Wow.
I have the making of Ronnie Isley that I haven't put out. You know, me and Ronnie Isley did a song together. It's called Hold On. Haven't put it out yet.
Wow.
So it's a lot of stuff. I have the making of the Bar Baby with my daughter when she was 6 years old. And that song went diamond finally, but it did go platinum and gold with Big Mo. It was on Universal and Capitol. She just redid that over with Flip, thanks to Flip.
I seen that the other day.
She just did that. I just did All About My Dough over with Flip. Thank you again, Flip. And it's a lot of stuff going on with me now with so many artists that I have worked with that haven't dropped the singles or haven't dropped what I've did with them.
Wow.
And I'm talking about anywhere from 50 to 60 different artists all over the world. So it's like I just don't work in Houston. I get a lot of work from New York, Miami, Chicago, Memphis, those areas.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty hot in Louisiana, Dallas. It's just I always have just been working outside of Houston because sometimes up north, those people understand the business a lot better. And they move quicker.
That's correct. You're right.
Houston is just Houston. It's always going to be Houston. Why, I don't know, but I can tell the world this: most of your stars come from Houston or either Port Arthur.
That's correct. You're not lying.
I listen to Snoop Dogg and I listen to 50 Cent, and they like, hey, man, Houston got a lot of talent down here. And if y'all don't understand it, there's a lot of celebrities moving to Houston.
That's what I've been seeing that lately.
A lot of celebrities is moving here because I guess it's wider, more dry, but the heat, but it's a lot of talent out here for us musicians, for us rappers, for us R&B singers, for us models. They out here. For us actors, they out here. Band members, they out here.
It's just right. You are definitely right. Because I have a nephew. He does Zydeco real big. And he just, a lot of people don't know who he is, but when they actually see, he's up there with the J. Pauls and stuff, Step Ritos, and they honor him when they do their shows. They be like, hey, we got Keon, man, that's coming in here, and he do his thing. But I did enjoy you. Tell the people, I know you don't do social media like that. How can they find you on social media if you are on there? I'm a Facebook. I'm old school.
I'm a Facebook guy, but my Facebook is tied into everything on social
Gotcha.
media. Instagram, Twitter, what you name it, TikTok, whatever. So just look me up, Ronnie Spencer. I'm all over the world. So once you type my name in, it's going to put up.
Pop it up automatically.
It's going to pop up.
I really enjoyed you. I will bring you back, and we're going to talk about some other stuff. Always remember, until next time, anything is possible. Thank you guys for choosing Chopping Up with Lil Ron. Have a nice day. We out.